Hello again, listeners, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic. I'm your host, Bruce, and as usual, Mr. Chama. Welcome.
Boy,
Nakam.
boy, long time no see, boy.
Yang busy, yang
I'm good,
busy na
man.
ferry.
Boy, well, I'm got international break. I am more busy when it comes to international breaks than
Yeah,
even
yeah, yeah.
the proper season.
I know.
But yeah, and it was not a very, interesting international break as the previous one. So,
Definitely.
but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How is it going? How is it going down
Not
there?
too bad,
Weather's
man. Not too
changed.
bad. I think the last game week before the international break, we did not record, so we are apologizing to all our, listeners. A few of them that we have.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some scheduling issues, you can say. But yeah, we are back with a bang. This is game week 13 preview. Where I'm recording today is Thursday the 23rd at 6:35 here in the US.
Yeah.
And what time
Yeah,
is it
it's
over there?
23:35. Almost midnight in
Okay,
Japan. But yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
25 minutes to midnight.
that's good. So let's get it going right now. So jumping right in, game week 12 results, as we can see.
Uh-huh.
Let me just rush through them. Wolves 2, Tottenham 1. Shocker over there. Tottenham, some injuries, some suspensions. Finally, they are feeling the pressure, the heat. Arsenal
They are
3,
getting
Burnley
they're back to
1.
default.
Yeah, different. I know we'll talk about that in the next the talking points. So yeah, Crystal Palace 2, Everton 3, ManU 1,
Mhm.
Luton 0, Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 0, and then Aston Villa 3, Fulham 1, Brighton 1, Sheffield United 1, Liverpool 3, Brentford 0, West Ham 3, Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 4, Man City 4. So this was a very interesting game, which we'll talk about also in the talking points.
Yeah, one of
So,
the best games I've watched this season, and in a very long time, to be honest.
oh really? I did not watch the game. I saw
Mhm.
highlights. I think I started the game but couldn't finish because I had to
Well,
work. But then yeah,
yeah, we will talk about it, but you can see like the scores, of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
will tell you, and
The
then you can see
XG
the
is
XG.
high.
Each team created more than 3 XG.
Each
So
team,
in terms
yeah.
of chances, both teams were creating chances. Both
Hmm.
teams were going for it, and it was so intense. It was crazy intense. It was a classic. It was a Premier League classic. There are some Premier League classics in the past. I'm sure after the next 10 years, this game will always come pop up as one of the best games
So
we have seen in the Premier League. To be
so
honest,
so nice segue. Let's just start talking about that anyway. So you said it was a classic
yeah.
since you watched it, right? So what impressed you about Chelsea anyway? So in this game because people were expecting that Chelsea were gonna get smashed because we all know they struggle, but I was surprised, man, because I was following the game and I was seeing Chelsea score, okay, fine, nice, okay. Next thing Man City equalize or whatever, and the scores was it was quite interesting. I wish I was watching it. So give us a
No,
rundown
you
or
see,
summary of what happened of the game in the game.
no, yeah. Even if you miss it, I think you should go and watch that game back. Like, or at least watch the highlights.
The
At least
highlights,
watch the
yeah,
highlights.
yeah, yeah, that's
It
true.
was an exceptional. It was an exceptional game. Both teams came out of the block and then just went for it. It was that kind of a game where it was not like Man City is the better team here, and we will sit back and then wait for them to do
Defend,
something.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Chelsea just went for it and then go like wholeheartedly for it. And then Manchester City are Manchester City. They're gonna play the way they like to
Mm-hmm.
play, regardless of which ground they are playing at. And yeah, it was a spectacle. And I actually say Chelsea, actually Man City scored the first goal, and then Chelsea equalized, and then take the lead from
Yes,
there. Man
just
City,
equalize.
then Man City come back. Man City scored again, I believe. Um, uh, and then Chelsea equalized again, and then Man City scored, and then Chelsea equalized again. So yeah, it was a really, really exceptional, like goals everywhere, chances everywhere, and then it was super, super intense down the middle.
Mm.
Rodley, at the end of the game, Rodley, when he did his, post-game interview, when he said
Uh-huh.
he was tired because it was too intense for them, because they are not used to that. They are used to controlling the ball and then having
Yeah,
their line, and then the other
okay.
team sit back. It was too intense, and there was rain. People were like it was a very, very good game. Both teams, kudos to both teams. To be honest, kudos to both teams. Sometimes you see 4-4 and then you feel, oh, it was a bad defending game. Like
Mm.
this team defended badly. It was just that both teams attacked very well, and then yeah, it was an exceptional game.
Okay. So
And it would have been very sad if Chelsea did not get anything out
yeah,
of that
anything
game.
from the game,
They got
yeah.
the penalty. Yeah, they got the penalty late on in the game. And Palmer, of course, despite the penalty. But if they did not get that penalty, or if they did not get that draw, at least, like, it would have been very, very disappointing, considering the way they performed. It was very good. I think this is a stepping stone for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
That's
it's a
what I
team
was coming to. Yeah, definitely.
it's a team that has been doubted for a while, and that was the kind of game they wanted. And then it was very Sterling. Like, Sterling was like on another level that day. Like, he was super, super good. Sterling was on another level, I'm telling you.
I think
And
he
then,
gave Kyle Walker. I heard he gave Kyle Walker some real problems.
yeah, he was so direct at them, going at them, taking them on. Palmer too was on exceptional. Gallagher was exceptional.
I think they had something to prove. Yeah, as the team that is the most expensive team right now, assembled team, Chelsea. Buying all these players for 100 million. The two midfielders that they have, 200 million combined. So, I mean, they had something to prove, and I think they had a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Like, okay, you know what? We're going to show them, play the best team in the world, and then show them that we are also like coming up. We are not there yet, but we are getting there, and that's what people want to see. I'm sure now all the people that were doubting them were like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I think it's time we give them our respect. Because this team is in the next season they will start, showing what they truly can do in the league. And it's a young team. Imagine if they start putting it all together now. It's going to be a long 10, 15 years that they'll be playing, because it's the same team. They're all young. Which is good. I like seeing that.
Definitely. That's the big positive that they have. The team is relatively young, midfield-wise. I think they are set. When you look at Enzo and Caicedo, if they continue this trajectory that they are on,
they have a long.
they're very good. And Palmer has just settled in. He's looking like their best signing right now. Palmer, he's looking really good, And then they have other players who are coming back from fitness.
Kunku is not even the main player for me, in my opinion. Exactly. Kunku is not even there.
He was in the summer. He was one of their main. He was the main player, to be honest. And he was the one they were relying on for at least attacking
goals and definitely
goals and stuff like that. So to see him getting back, and what's the other name? James too, he's looking fit again. I saw you teasing me about
yes. We are ready to get hot again.
Yeah. So James is back to fitness, and then you have the other Lavia too is coming back. Yeah, if they can find goals, if they can, they have scored back-to-back 4 goals, but of course for different reasons. In the Tottenham game, it was obvious they should have scored more. They could have scored even more. I mean, they scored 2 goals in stoppage time in that game, I believe, and they won that game 4-1, which was because they had 2 red cards. But in this game, it was 4 goals they deserve, and it was a very, very good game. You should watch the game back.
I'll try and watch
it.
I'll watch the highlights.
Actually, before I moved, it was so late here, right? It was around 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So I watched all the game, because this was the 3 o'clock games in UK. That was the Man United game. Starts 12 here, finished 2. So this game started around 3:30. So I like 2:30 or 3:30, something like that. So I started watching 2:30. So I started watching this game. So I say, okay, let me just watch the first half and then go to sleep and stuff like that. But the more I stay, the game get more interesting. So I couldn't sleep. I had to come here. I say, are you still watching something? I say, yeah. So and that was not the plan, because the game was so good. That was how good the game was. Yeah.
That's good. So Spurs, I mean, this is their second game that they've lost back to back right now.
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like it's getting from bad to worse. Okay. For me, the way I'll approach this is like, we were saying that ManU, the start of the season, we had the most injuries this season, and people were saying, oh, it's just excuses. Spurs started really well this season, right? And like the fully fit team, a really good preseason. Oh, they're going to win the league. One bad game where they have injuries and 2 red cards, and all of a sudden they seem like, regular Spurs. Oh, it's just Spurs. So do you think it's a fair comparison to say that, oh, ManU, they're not doing well, but then Spurs, they have injuries, that's why they're not doing well? Like, for me, it doesn't make sense. It's the same thing that they're going through. In fact, even on a lesser scale than us, because we have like about 13 injuries also, probably even more this season. Like, so many injuries. So, like, what do you have to say about Spurs, like, right now? You think they deserve? It's not surprising, or it's just bad luck?
No,
what is it?
The Chelsea game, I think that one is I think without the red cards and without the injuries, of course, we will talk about the injuries. Without those ones, Chelsea were like that, in that game against Chelsea, they were dominating that game early on, and then all of a sudden something happened. red card happened, injuries happened, and all of a sudden everything, like it's difficult to play 9 against 10 in
Yeah,
this
you feel
Premier
for
League.
them.
It's
Yeah, you
very bad.
definitely feel for them.
Yeah, it's really hard. You remember when we played? I guess that we went to 9 men. We could not play again, so we had to defend like our lives. But yeah, they did not choose that route. They choose to play. And then in this game, like it started telling. It started affecting them. Like the players, the injuries at the back, and so. But we also have to remember that they were leading that game until the 90th minute. The
Yeah,
90th
I heard
minute.
that. Yeah, they
Yeah, they were leading until the 90th minute, and then
people scored two.
uh, what is his name again? Sarabia have this touch that I have never seen. We keep saying Mahrez is one of the best, like has one of the best touch with the ball in the Premier League. But Sarabia made one touch, like that pass, to control that pass that came to him. Like it should not happen because the pass was coming with pace. But then that first touch was exceptionally good. And then the second touch, he finished with the other foot. That's it, 1-1. If that did not happen, if he miscontrolled that, maybe Spurs win that game at the end of the day, and then
And then people have much
but
to
they
say.
did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have much to say. But they did not play well on the was because they scored
Oh,
early,
okay.
and then they sit back and then try to defend that lead.
Okay, okay.
And then of course, the pressure keep mounting, and once they get that goal, then Wolves started to we have to go for this, and then they went for it. They scored 2 goals in stoppage time. I think that is the first time in the Premier League that a team was losing in 90 minutes and then turn up and win the game. Like lose the longest stretch of lose, not like that, not how I explain it, but the longest stretch because Spurs score in the 3rd minute or the 2nd minute, and then Wolves score in the 90. So 87 minutes, Spurs we are leading the game, right? So for that longest time, you lead a game in a Premier League match, and then you lose the
come
game.
and win. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the situation in that case. So yeah, I feel for them. I know what like the injuries have really affected them. Of course, you guys too. Similarly, the injuries really affected you guys. Yeah, but like it was always gonna happen. It's not now at the end of the day.
I know. So right now the problem is Madison is injured. Like their main creative player is injured.
Their
So
defense.
their defense like gone. But Romero should be back. I think soon. Maybe that will be
After City. He
that
will
will
back. He will
probably
back after 3 games.
yeah.
3 games suspension. So he has 2 more games to go.
So looking at the team now, I think Son is the only one, and you don't expect him to start scoring the goals like he has been doing because the creative hub is not there anymore. So I mean, like which assets are we looking at Spurs right now? Do we just stay away and just keep what you have in if you have Son? For
Now,
me,
you don't have Son, do you?
I don't have Son. I had Madison, but as soon as he got injured, I took him out.
Yeah, of course. If you don't have Son, I think you don't go there now. To be honest, if you don't have him, you don't go there because it is still unknown what happens without Madison. Of course, Madison has been the main creator of for the club, and of course, Son. We all know he's a player who is very good when it comes to chance. He don't need a lot of big chances to score goals. He's one of the best finishers in the Premier League.
Yeah, in the world
If
actually.
not
Yeah.
if in the world, if not the best finisher in the world. So he just need one half chance, one decent chance here and there to score a goal. And let's not remember, let's not forget, Spurs haven't won any penalty this season. If they win one, Son will be on that penalty as well. So if Spurs can create a few chances here and there, they were playing away from home to Wolves. Man City lost at Wolves. Liverpool almost lost at Wolves. Wolves gave Man United a very difficult time.
They should have won that game actually against us.
Exactly. So they have been decent.
Man. Yeah.
So they have been decent. So it's not a bad loss for them. Yeah, especially if they think, Man City also lost here. If they look at it from that point of view.
Definitely.
So it's not the worst loss of the season. But yeah, Son, I think is the player we should be looking at. Pedro Porro, I think he's also another one because of without Madison now, he's their main creative hub. Well, in this game, he was the one taking all the set pieces, the corner kicks, everything was on him. He actually created the goal too as well. The first goal they scored, that was he was up there. He created that goal. So for me, those two are the players that we will look at. And of course, Johnson, he scored the goal in that game. He's 5.8 in the game. Of course, we remember him at Nottingham Forest. He was doing really well.
Yeah.
Now, with no competition on the left, he will start, definitely. So you will have Johnson, Kulusevski. So it's not like they have got, of course, they have lost quality players like Madison, but still they have some good players. Kulusevski is having a decent season, I would say. He has created a few goals. He has scored a few goals. You have Johnson there. So They will miss Madison, but
They can
Barton
do
Kofi
without
is
at least
back.
for now.
They can manage. They can manage. Madison was not there last year. Of course, Kane was there instead. So
I mean, yeah. Everton slapped with 10 points deduction. So we are going
yeah,
into
that that's the
some
big
serious.
news. Yeah.
I did not see this coming. I didn't even see the news like a few like last week or so about all investigation. I don't know. Maybe I missed it somewhere, but I just saw this week and I was like, oh, this is because for me
You were
in my opinion, I guess
you were on international break. You were on
yeah,
international
I
break.
was
Let
on
me not tell
international break. So whenever they are talking about points deduction, I was like, these people are just talking if the
Uh-huh.
FFPs because we have seen this before since
Mhm.
they came in. They've never really, especially in the Premier League, they've never really like stamped their authority or really like command. Okay, we are going to do this. It's always they investigate. The next thing you know, they've just paid a small fine and then move forward. But this is the first time that I'm seeing that they want to have a
Yeah.
scapegoat, if you can say. So it's surprising that they're doing this to
Mm.
Everton, even though it was a small breach. Do you know what happened?
No, they have this sustainability rule in the Premier League where a team over a period of time, let's say over a 3 years period, your losses cannot be like less than 100 million. For example, let's say 100 million is that you cannot lose more than 100 million in the next 3 years of like 3 football years. So everything they I think they exceeded that by about some, I cannot remember the exact figure,
Mm-hmm.
but they exceeded it and they reported themselves to the Premier League, right? So Everton, they knew that was going to happen, so they reported themselves to the Premier League, and then the Premier League, they caught. So Everton is a fact that they have exceeded that kind of thing. So it's not about them being unlike the cases of Manchester City and Chelsea,
That's
like
a whole
you
different
know
different level,
they
man.
are different. Man City, they are, how can I say it again? I don't
Is
understand
it
these terms.
115
Like
counts of breach or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
charges?
But they are denying the charge. Oh, yeah, how
Oh,
do they
okay,
say that?
okay, they yeah,
So,
okay.
so not proven guilty. Man City are not proven guilty. Everything they are proven guilty. So it was an easy situation for Everton
Oh, I
to
see. Okay, they
Man City have been
they're trying
charged.
to be transparent and be upfront about it, so they reported it themselves.
Yeah, they
So
do exactly because they knew there was a problem. So they wanted the Premier League to help them to know what to do in that situation and stuff like that.
so
But
it's
in the
easy.
end,
Oh, okay, now it makes
yeah.
sense. It wasn't
So
like
that's why it's easy.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like FFP is coming hard on everybody. Like okay, this was an easy
No,
decision
it
for them
was not like
because
that. It was not like that. So
the okay
Manchester City, theirs is based on leaks, some leak information, and then
and
the
some
UEFA were
cooking the
there. They
books,
didn't, and
and all this.
yeah.
All this.
But they did, yeah, they deny those charges. So they have to do the investigation until they come to the
It's
conclusion. So
gonna take
Manchester
a
City are not
long
proven
time.
guilty yet.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
yeah.
if you ask me personally, I don't think whoever is responsible for FFP, maybe I'm talking, not making sense here, but I think whoever is responsible doesn't have the financial resources to go after a team like Man City, especially right now. I don't think so.
No, yeah, no, it's different. The Premier League, the UEFA one, UEFA charged Man City, but they lost because Man City can go to CAS, CAS.
Oh,
Court of arbitrary, of
yeah,
course, something
like
like that.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so Man City went there and then they win the case. But in the Premier League case, they cannot go there. So the Premier League has to do. They have their own internal stuff who oversees the things. So you cannot go outside external. So this is not our area, anyways. But then just
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
fact that
we should bring in somebody to come and explain this. Because we are butchering
yeah,
this all over the place. But yeah,
yeah, but
at least
a lot of podcasts, have done justice to it. For example, Planet FPL. Those people, they know everything
yeah.
about this football.
Definitely, yeah.
For us, we just focus on our football. But now, what does this 10 point mean to Everton this season? Let's take it from that angle. What do you think?
What is their position right now? That's the most important. And we all know that everything is like
No,
they're always
they are on 14 points. They are on 14 points. So this 10 point deduction takes them to 4 points. And then the team in relegation, I believe, where is the Premier League table? Let me just look at the Premier League table from my laptop. Yeah. Okay, and anyways, I think there are 3 points of relegation of the relegation spot by if they so according to some people they think Everton should just take this because if they don't take it now, because they're having a good season, right? They're having a decent season.
kind of, yeah. Kind of.
So okay, I look at the table right now. At the bottom three, you have Sheffield United, Everton, Burnley, because everything they have deducted the points from them. Now they are 4
Oh,
points.
they've already
Same
they've taken it out.
Yeah. It's only they've already
What?
deducted the 4 points. Yes.
Wow.
So now they have 4 points, and Burnley have 4 points, and then you have Sheffield United 5 points, Luton 6 points. So everything are 2 points of relegation, despite the 10 points deduction.
It's
They were
not
on
bad
14 points
actually.
before
Yeah,
this.
it's not that bad. Yeah.
So maybe it's not a bad thing for them to take the hit this season.
Right now, yeah.
Because if they take it next season and they have a bad season, it can impact them to get relegated. So getting it now, in the time that they are having a good season, decent season, they can just take it and then try to find their way back to safety, because just 2 points safety, right?
It's not bad actually.
Because they can appeal, and they are appealing, I believe.
Okay. Solanke brace against Newcastle. This is surprising, but we all know Newcastle. They are kind of having, let's say, a tough. They're finding out that it's not easy to play multiple. What do you call it again? Multiple tournaments with the same team. They're having injuries. They're having loss of energy. So yeah, I even saw an issue with Trippier where he was addressing a fan, trying to explain that they have injuries, so the fan should understand. So, what is your whole take on this on this issue? Just talk about Newcastle first before we talk about Solanke's. He's good form, you can say.
Yeah. Newcastle, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, it's a bit slow, but yeah.
Yeah. But you are going to edit, right? So you can cut this part, maybe.
No, it's fine. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, Newcastle. I think they are struggling when it comes to the European engagement plus the Premier League. With the depth of their squad is tough from that, because last game they missed Guimaraes. I think he was suspended, and then they have some injuries like Almiron and
Their two strikers are all out now.
I think they have also defensively too. Yeah, defensively too, they have some
Bond
injuries
is out. Yeah, Botman is out.
Botman is out. So they are struggling when it comes to injuries too. So injuries, yeah, is a thing. So every time, like anything that get injured, you have because we have experienced it before. Man United have experienced it. So injuries can have a huge impact on your performance sometimes. But sometimes we just take that out of when it comes to everybody, we forget, like you should be doing better or stuff like that. But injuries can be very detrimental to the performance of a club, and that was what Manchester City, like Newcastle, faced. And in the Premier League, like I say, anytime you visit any team away from home, you can always expect the worst. It's not always as straightforward as you would think. It was interesting seeing Trippier, confronting his fans, and
Yeah, I was like,
And speaking of Solanke.
You
saw it, right?
Should we look at him? I didn't see the brace, to be honest. I didn't watch many highlights in this game. That's to be honest, but yeah.
Really?
Solanke,
he's doing decent job. Yeah, 6 goals already this season. He's the main goal scorer. He keeps 90 minutes every week. With like you say, strikers have been hard to come by this season. Consistent ones. I think we only had 2. That is Watkins and Haaland. Those are the only 2. Of course, we have good strikers, but consistency, like either they will play good and then they get injured, and then the other one come in. Like Newcastle, you can look at Isaac and they are all having a very good season.
But then now
they are not having
both of them are all out now. Yeah, exactly. So
exactly.
It's hard, man.
Look at Darwin. He will do well and then
Darwin,
do badly. So
if you own Darwin,
if
you own Darwin, you're definitely a very resilient person, because man, I cannot. He's benched. He scores.
He's been but he's been in exceptional form. But I will talk about that later. But Solanke, I think he is a player to consider now.
Okay, lastly, international break injuries. Like, I don't think I can even keep up with these injuries, man. My team alone, I have 4 flags, actually. I have Cash, who's out. At least it's flagged, so they say 75% chance of playing. Bowen also the same, 75% of playing. But they said he came out early. I had some outlets saying that he came out early, and England already qualified anyway, so might just be a precautionary. Yeah. Haaland also came out early, precautionary. They said he will play. That's what he's saying, that he'll play in the next game against Who are they facing?
Liverpool.
Tottenham, right?
That's Liverpool. That's the big
Liverpool.
one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't know. I have 3 injuries at least to report in my team. What other injuries are we missing? Because whenever international break comes, man, it's a problem. So yeah.
Yeah, the injuries. I think we have a lot of injuries right now. If you look at players like Mitoma, yeah, coming back. Bowen is a big one. You speak of Haaland, and yeah, quite a few players were out during this international break with injuries, but also like performance-wise too. So some players have been banging them, especially from my side, Liverpool side. Like all players who went to international break, they have been like on exceptional form. I hope they can continue that when they come this weekend against Manchester City. Like Darwin,
That would be a
you were
classic,
speaking
man.
about Darwin, right?
I don't want to miss
Like
that game, to be honest.
yeah.
That's a game I don't want
No,
to
you
miss.
don't want to miss that game.
No.
Especially the form Liverpool players on right now is gonna be crazy. Salah just scored 4 goals, I think, in the qualifiers, 4 goals in one game, and then Darwin scored back to back, scored against Argentina, inside Argentina, scored and assisted in that game. Then played Bolivia, scored a brace, so he scored 3 goals and 1 assist. Szoboszlai scoring 2 goals and sending his country to the Euros. Then Diaz scoring a brace against Brazil, winning against that one. Yeah, almost all Liverpool players have been very good when it comes to the international break. I just hope they can continue that form into the
That would be
going
interesting.
into
That would be
the
definitely
game
interesting. Yeah.
against.
So, all right, that concludes our talking points. It's a long one, but I think we needed to catch up because a lot happened between game 11 and now.
Yeah, we needed a catch up.
Yeah, definitely. So, moving on to game week 12 review. Just jump right in. It was an interesting
Yeah, that's
game
it.
week.
Mhm.
But 64 points average. I had 78 points, so I can't complain, to be honest. It was
Mhm.
not a small, about 400 points, 400,000 places rise. Not bad.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
my team,
you're on the up.
I'm on the up, man. I hope this up continues because I'm trying to break into that 1 million, but it's like I don't even know. It's very difficult right now. Oh well, yeah. Ariola 2 points, Trippier 1 point, Cash 2 points, Velbant 1 point, Diaby with 6, Bowen with 8 points, Momo with 2, Gordon with 2, and then Captain Salah with 32 points. Then I have Haaland also with 16, and then Watkins with 6. The unfortunate thing was I have Simikas in my bench or on my bench with 15 points. That was the one that just really pained me when I saw it. I was like, man, I could have been on, how many points now? 93 points, could have been like a major rise in my rank. But anyways, that's I can't be greedy. This is what I have, and yeah, not a bad game week. How about your game week? Did well?
Yeah. This just going brought it 71 points. It was not bad points wise. But the game week was a high scoring game week. Many managers have a lot of starting with Salah captaining him and getting that brace before Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
Then Haaland, doing the same thing. It was like a bit of a slap for me because if I could get that point, those
Yeah,
captaincy,
you're matching Haaland right now, which is good.
those advantage, those little advantage. I wanted to beat him actually this week, like because when Salah got the 16, I was expecting, oh, maybe he will not do so much against Chelsea, maybe 1 goal or something like that. But he ended up getting a couple of goals and a very jammy assist. I'm so disappointed with that. Did you see the assist? When I saw, when you don't have this play, when you don't have this player, you look for everything. Because what happened was Rodri took a shot, like that was a deflected shot. Like Thiago Silva cleared the ball, and then the ball deflected of Haaland. Rodri took a shot, and then the ball deflected of Thiago Silva, and then went in. So Haaland did not even pass the ball to Rodri, but they still have 2 deflections to get that assist. So yeah, that was what gave him the 16 points. But he got brace as it goes. So, but Trent with his 7 points, Trent is coming along nicely.
Picking nicely,
But
yeah. We're
I'm
keeping the
keeping
faith, man.
him.
Yeah, I now
I kept
see, yeah.
I kept the faith. Even though I was so close to selling, but yeah, even though I still think it is Is this not justified to own him this season? This is not showing anything that justifies owning him. So, but that bias again. Salah captain, Bob, and then son Darwin still gave me 5 points. He would have been more. A couple of goals they were pulled out for offside, like very good goals to be honest. He scored 2 very good goals. One was a bicycle kick, and but it was just offside. And then Watkins got me a 6. Ketia was very disappointing transfer for me. I brought him in for this Burnley game, and then he has been very
Yeah,
disappointing. Pedro Polo was on my bench,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Palmer was 6
definitely.
points. 5 points. Yeah, that was my team. 71 points, and I'm now 89K. Yeah, still in the top 1 million with my
Yeah,
no
still there,
Haaland.
still
So
managing.
not
I
bad.
mean, you're still there, so that's good. At least, yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
So moving on to our Kotu Classic Mini-league update. We have some movements. So our main guy, Mr. Ben,
Mhm.
is shining light on
Yeah,
on
he's
the
flying.
league.
He's flying.
He's flying right now. So, but anyways, before we get there, our manager of the week is Los Balancos,
Mhm.
Ubajawara with 102 points. Like you
Wow,
can,
that's
yeah,
massive.
that's in this game. In this game, having a really high score is was very possible because I saw a lot of people that had Steamicas with 90 something
Mhm.
points. So definitely it's not too far off from there. So
Yeah.
congrats, Los Balancos. Um, so our top five, starting from fifth, is Pratik Aurora. So he's back in the mix. Dropping to fourth is Ahmed Tijan Suleiman. And we have a tie in second place, Sherlock Homi and then Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
And then moving to first is BKCD Bernard Gomez. So he's been there in the top 10, up and down, whatever.
Mhm.
But
He's been
he's been
very
there
consistent. Yeah, very
consistent in the
consistent
top
season.
10. So yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I'm impressed. So I think this season is going to be a very good season for him, anyways, as it continues. Because we all know you need a very good start in this in FPL. If you have a
Definitely.
good start, it's easy to be consistent and be to maintain that position. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's that. Jumping into our fan corner. Yeah, for Man U, man, I don't think I can keep up with the news. There's so much going on with my club right now. Not all bad, not all bad to be honest. Off the top of my head, if you guys want, you can refer you to United Stand. They give updates almost every day, so at least that's there. But right now, what's going on is the major thing is the partial takeover of Sir Jim Ratcliffe Ineos.
Mhm.
So I don't think they've announced it yet. They have been preparing to announce it for like 2 weeks now. Some people are saying
Mhm.
it's after the international break, so we are just waiting to hear the news about the 25% stake in the club. Well, I don't know, 1 point something billion pounds, and he's apparently going to take charge of the footballing side of things. So I think director of football has already left. I think he resigned or whatever, and they were saying that
Who?
the sporting director, Richard Arnold, might also leave, but apparently he's there. There's news, conflicting news that or he might leave, or some people are saying he's going to stay. We don't even know anymore. But like one thing I'm happy about is that at least the new part owner is coming in to try to change things and do things differently. He's also the owner of Nice, and Nice is second right now, even though they had a bit of a problem when he took over, trying to get things in
Mhm.
order. And now they're doing well. They're second in the league, 1 point off of PSG. So they're looking to change things and then do things the right way. At least, put football first before, all these economic things at the background, I think it might be well because at this point right now, we have just been spending money since these guys are just throwing money at problems, expecting things to be solved on their own, and it's not going to work like that. If you have an owner who is protecting his, investment, I think he's going to make sure that he gets the best people in the best position when it comes to footballing reasons, and that's what we want to see in the club. Just the passion and the planning, it's important. Or let's have a system in place wherein if you want to move from one coach to the next, it's seamless because you're playing the same side of football. You have all the same philosophy of the club. So at least it's good, honestly. So let's see how that goes. If we have that, things we are getting. Luke Shaw is training. He's back in the pitch training. That's for me. That's major news in the footballing side of things because
Yeah.
we really missed
Yeah.
his
Definitely.
his ball carrying capabilities, his attacking threat. That's sorely missed this season. So that's one. Licha Martinez is also not training, but he was watching the guys training. So he's walking now. Doing some light jogging and stuff. Hopefully he's back
That's
soon.
cool.
So things are looking up, man. Hopefully, we kick on, from here, and then, because all these we've had, like, now it's been terrible. People are saying, oh, it's a bad season. We are like, what, sixth? What's our position right now?
Yeah, that's so strange. That's so strange, right?
Like,
You
I
guys
was
are
like, wait, are you serious? Like, it's just how many points off of Man City? I was like,
yeah ahead
wow,
of
yeah.
Newcastle and Brighton, by the way. So
How
yeah,
how did that happen?
yeah, it's a surprise, right?
Because, yeah, everybody was saying, oh, we are poor with this. Even though, recently, I think our fixtures have been really good, because the teams we have been playing are not, top teams right now. So
You
we are
know,
racking up the points, which is the most important thing. You want to see that
yeah.
the games you're supposed to be winning, you win, so that you can, get the points. Yeah. So I
You
mean,
know, I told you sometime back in FPL terms. If you play, like for example, if a player was assisting every game 2 goals or assisting every game 2 goals, and he's never scoring goals in the game, like people will not see that.
yeah,
Oh,
they
okay,
won't. Yeah,
they
definitely.
will not see the points, right? They will see, he's not scoring. So some people at this, they will not see that. And it is the same as when it comes to teams winning and teams losing. Man United have lost 5 games this season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brighton have lost 3 games this season. Newcastle have lost 4 games this season. But if you look at the wins, Man United have won 7, Newcastle have won 6, and Brighton have won 5. So Man United have no draw this season. No draw so far this season.
You
It's
win or
either win
lose.
or
Yeah.
loss. 7
Yep.
games. So what people are seeing mostly is 5 losses for Man United this season, but they are not seeing that they are winning all the
Yeah.
other games, the
Definitely.
remaining games.
Yeah.
So that is where it plays with your mind. Oh, Man United are losing too many games. Brighton are only losing 3 games. So Brighton are not losing a lot of games. Just kind of that kind of mindset. If you have like it is a fake. I don't know how to explain it, but it happens in FPL too when it comes to goals and not scoring goals. Just like I say, Salah, when the season started, he was not scoring or assisting one or here and people are saying, oh,
But the
Salah is not giving
consistency
you
was
the goal.
there. Yeah.
But the consistency was there and he could keep going. Now
Yep.
he's ahead of everyone. Of course, the goals have come now, but those points, those assist points in the starting of the season, they have contributed. So
To be
those kind of
honest, like,
things.
I'm surprised, and I like, hopefully, what we wanted to see was
Pleasantly
that,
surprised.
yeah, what we wanted to see was to see players back, because we knew the whole of the back line. Wan-Bissaka is back now, which is good. We had, like, like our fifth and sixth choice defenders. So I mean, there's so many things that were wrong, and even though Maguire is playing well, honestly, so McTominay is also there, like, having a starting position in the team. So if we see these players coming back, we expect that the form will improve, the gameplay will improve, the way we are playing also will improve, because we will actually go back to how the coach wants us to play, which is important. So I'm really happy about the
Yeah,
next few game weeks.
but another thing too, the wins have not been convincing. I think you won
Yeah,
your last
that's
three
the thing. They have
games.
not been convincing at all. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
so last 3 games it was
Yeah.
1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Even though defensively it's solid because you are
Solid,
keeping
yeah.
clean sheets for 3 games in a row, but you are not scoring goals a lot. You are not creating a lot of chances. Because right now I'm just looking at XG per team, the team XG that they created. Man United, you look at them, they are mid-table. You have Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Brentford, Arsenal, Brighton, Spurs, Everton, West Ham. All these teams are ahead of Man United when it comes to XG chances created. And even if you look at the shots, likewise, Man United are down there. They are down around sixth. You know, and yeah, they have not created a lot of good chances over the course of the season. So it's not exciting. It's not exciting in a way,
Yeah, it's
but
not
they are
exciting
winning. They
for
are
you.
getting
Yeah,
the points.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll see an upturn in the way we play, because I think Luke Shaw is a very important, like, piece of
Yeah.
that the way we attack, especially on the Rashford
Absolutely.
side. Yeah, so we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Actually, yeah, that's what too. I think he should level up a little bit. His form has been exceptionally
He's
dipped.
he's
He's
been
one of my.
Yeah, you like
He's
him a
not
lot.
like.
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah,
your
I don't like the United players, but I value his. I rate him a lot. Let's say I
yeah.
rate him a lot. And
Hopefully,
Mount too.
yeah. Mount is doing well. In the past few games he's done, I think he's adapting now. There was
Uh-huh.
there's a growing pains, even though it's not fair, because the whole team is doing so poorly right now. It's difficult to be
Except
like
Bruno, yeah.
so, but he's doing much better, I can say.
Okay.
Hopefully, the coach is hoping that Rashford plays through his bad form and then becomes a good player. But I think Luke Shaw coming back is going to be a major boost to how Rashford plays. So let's see how it goes. Maybe I'm just talking that because I want to see him come good. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, let's
um,
see.
Liverpool. You guys have a few things. You guys are looking rosy right now. I personally, I think that you guys can actually pose a threat to winning the title to Man City this season. So yeah, you guys are there.
It's gonna be it's gonna be difficult. That is gonna be really really difficult.
I don't think so, but yeah,
Okay, we are doing very well, to be honest. Defensively, Van Dijk is back to the Van Dijk we know. He's more confident, and then he's making everyone around him better. Defensively, we are doing very well. I think we have the best defense in the league right now in terms of goals conceded. Not like we are defending better than other teams, but in terms of goals conceded, we concede the least goals in the league along with Arsenal. And if you look at the chances we are creating, we are at the top. Like we created most chances in the league. We are top for XG, top for shots. Top 4 big chances in the league, all those kind of metrics. Liverpool are at the top. And usually it does not happen because even the seasons that we have a better season than Manchester City, or is the season we won the league, for example, or the season we run close for Manchester City to win in the league, we don't used to have these kind of things. They used to be better than us at that, but we used to overperform better than them. So we used to take our chances more. But seeing that this season we are doing better than them, especially in the attacking sense, it's a big positive. And we all know, if you look at the Liverpool attackers right now, Salah, he's doing his thing, and then the all players surrounding him, they are doing well. The Jotas, the Diaz's, the Darwin Nunes, the Sabuslai, and then the Gakpos. They are all chipping in with goals here and there. All these players are scoring goals, so that is a good thing. That is a big welcome. If you see our game against Brentford last week, it was a very good game, a very convincing game. Even though yes, we give away some chances, which we always do, but defensively we are solid, and then attacking wise we are very good. And then go into the international break, all the players, like I say, everyone is banging. Like every single player, you tell your Liverpool player, I'm telling you, he's scoring 3 goals or 4 goals for their country. He's winning man of the matches. Them trends here, they're winning man of the match for England, which is unheard of, And now we are going into the Manchester City game, so it's gonna be a very interesting game. But
it
again,
is, man. Yeah, I'm excited to watch this game.
Yeah. But again, if you look at Liverpool, I think we still lack that missing piece in that middle, even though I understand what we are doing. Like we are playing what is his name, McAllister in the defensive midfield role. We all know when the season started, everybody was questioning why Liverpool did not sign that defensive midfielder. That how can I say it? That natural defensive midfielder. Like because we lost Fabinho, we lost Henderson, who used to play in those roles, and then we never signed a defensive except we signed Endo, who of course he has been decent for Liverpool, but he hasn't showed that he is that level that we want. He has not showed that level. So in essence, we don't, because he don't even start for Liverpool. Like if everybody's fit, Endo does not start. We rather play with McAllister at the 6. And McAllister is not the best 6, to be honest. Of course, he's good.
He's not a 6. He's just versatile, but that's not his natural position. He's more of an attacking midfielder than the 6.
Yeah, so that piece is missing there. That piece is missing there. But still, I love the way we play, to be honest. I love it, like, because football, like they say, we used to look at Busquets, right? We used to look at a defensive midfielder like Makalele, or we used to look at a defensive midfielder like Kante. Kante will win everything, right? Busquets will not win everything, but he will control the game because he's passing, he's smart plays and stuff. Because he's not physical, he's not gonna tackle. That's not his game. But he will control the game, make sure that the opponent don't have the ball as much as possible. So that role can be played in different ways. So you don't have to be a natural, like a hard playing defensive midfielder to be a defensive midfielder, if you understand what I mean there. So
like Michael Carrick type of player, like he's not really physical.
Exactly.
But he's always controlling the game from the heart of the
game. Exactly. But then you look at another defender, like maybe let's say who's the hardest defensive midfielder we have? Maybe Kante. He's gonna
Casemiro and them the tackles.
Casemiro, he break everything. Like he break everything. Play, take red cards. So it's different. The same position can be played differently. So that point I want to raise, because people tend to think that if you don't have that natural, like breaking,
like traditional defensive midfielder, like you can,
like you don't have a Rice or something like that. You are not good enough. Especially at the start of the season, everybody was saying, Liverpool.
I was one of those people. I was like, you guys are going to struggle, defensively. But I think that's the thing.
It's all about
if you are a good coach, Klopp is a good coach, man. For me, he's a top 3 coach in the world right now. And if you're a good coach, you will find a way to make it work because you have good players.
Absolutely.
And they are coached properly. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just one position. They will find a way to make it work. And that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, that's why I was teasing last time to say, Liverpool are playing without a defensive midfielder, and then they are still the best defensive team in the league. So
They found a
like,
way.
you make it work.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's the thing. That's the thing. You make it work. But yeah, it will be an interesting game this weekend against Manchester City, because this is the biggest test now. Because you are going to this is the proper test. This is the proper test for that. And then I'm very excited for the game because of the form the Liverpool players are on right now. So I think it's gonna be a big spectacle. It's gonna be a good game because Manchester City, they never disappoint, right? So, and Liverpool's form is very interesting. So it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be as good as Chelsea Man City, but it's gonna be another very interesting game.
What are your predictions for this game?
Where am I doing? I would like I would like because as a Liverpool fan, I would not say Manchester City are gonna win the game. To be honest, I would like to be optimistic and believe that we will get something out of it. We have not won a lot at City. I think the last time we won there was in the Champions League, the 3-0 we won. No, 2-1 we won in City. When we played the second leg in City, we won against them in the Champions League. Other than that, the last 9 games, we lost 4 and then drew the rest. But if you look at the nature of the losses that we had in those periods, one of them was one of the Premier League Classic games again, because I talk about Chelsea here, but Liverpool Man City, the year that Man City finished 1 point ahead of Liverpool, that 9mm goal that Mane scored, almost scored, and Julius Stones clear it. I don't know if you can remember that game. You remember that 9mm, like it was so close to going in, and then Julius Stones cleared the ball. The game ended 2-1. It was in New Year's Eve. It was in New Year's Day.
I don't think I remember.
Like New Year's Day. That was one of the. You cannot remember that game. Firmino scored for Liverpool. Man City scored the first goal. Then Firmino scored. Then who scored for Man City the first goal? I cannot even remember. And then I think what is his name? Sane scored for Man City. It was Sterling. No, Sane. I cannot remember. You cannot remember that game. Yeah. Anyways, that was also a Premier League classic. One of the best, because that season Liverpool lost 1 game and lost the league, and that was the game. They lost 2-1 to Man City. Only 1 game they lost throughout the season, and then they lost the league. They lost the league. That was the season they had 98 points. Liverpool have 97 points or 99-98. I cannot remember. So that was a very good performance from Liverpool. But still, because Man City were so good, Liverpool came out with their best performance and a very good performance, which I was very proud of. And still we couldn't win. Man City still won. The other one was the 4-1 they won against the COVID season. Like that was like the 2-4-0 we won the COVID season when we won the league already. So we lost that one. And then last year we lost their 4-1 after we had that terrible midfield. When Liverpool were like we just wanted the season to finish. You lost their 4-1. Yeah, usually all the games we lost away to City, we usually play well, or there is something to explain that result. But this time we are going there with a very good form, and they are not in their best form. Let's say that Man City are not in their best form, considering they're just considered 4 goals. They are a different team for them, so it will be a very interesting one. So I think at least Liverpool will get a draw in this game, and plus the early kickoff and all those kinds. So even predict, I'm going for a draw.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Just stay on the Steve side.
You don't wanna call it. But yeah, I think it makes sense. You are going away, so that I understand. That's understandable. Definitely, as a fan.
Haaland captain.
No, I don't think so. but I think we'll get to that, because the problem is the options are limited this week, man. There's so many limited options.
Yeah, definitely. The options are limited. I agree with you. But yeah, let's get to that.
Moving forward, the fixtures. Just to obviously the first game back. Early kickoff. Man City.
Early kickoff. Club is complaining again. Tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow is gonna be another complaint from club. Early kickoff.
He doesn't like these, but. I mean, yeah, players traveling back from South America, the long flight, yeah. I mean, why else is new, Luton, Crystal Palace.
But we both have international, but it's a good one. Man City and Liverpool, I think they are all having this international player, so it's quite fair. Just that Liverpool will have to travel to City and plus all that. Yeah, but it's not. It's pretty close, right? City and Manchester and Liverpool is pretty close for travel, so it's not that far compared to going to London and stuff like this.
Yeah. Newcastle, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Sheffield United, Bournemouth, Brentford, Arsenal, then you have Spurs, Aston
Slim
Villa,
picking.
Everton, ManU, and then Fulham, Wolves. So yeah,
Slim picking. This one.
I mean, man,
Not much to pick from.
it's
Not much to choose
it's
from,
rough to
right?
choose from. I mean, there's not many. It's not a lot there. I guess maybe Arsenal. You can see captaincy can come from
Yeah.
Arsenal, but right now
But actually, Brentford are a very difficult cookie to,
to break
especially when
down.
they play
Yeah,
at home.
especially at home.
Yeah, very difficult
Like
cookie.
yeah,
Yeah, especially at
you
home.
know, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be
Like I cannot see any fixture here that I can easily call. To be honest, there is no fixture this week that I can
Aston
call easily.
Villa. You know,
Yeah, Spurs are struggling injury wise, right?
but
If they
still,
were in the form they were on with Madison and all those players around, maybe even with that, Aston Villa is going to be difficult because
yeah,
Aston Villa they have
yeah.
been well coached, well drilled team. They are playing
That's
very
true.
well this season,
Definitely, yeah.
so it's going to be difficult.
I think maybe as Everton, Man United, because the points deduction, you don't know how the players are going to react from this. Maybe Man U, or maybe the opposite happens. They get points deducted, and then it motivates the team to come
That's
out
actually that's
and
what I
give
think because the
and
fans
give
will be up for it.
yeah and give
The
Man
fans
U
will be
like a
up
really
for
tough
this
game.
one.
Probably even win. You never know. So it can go
No,
anyway.
it will be tough for United.
Yeah.
It will not be easy for United because everything are going to be up for this one. The fans and the players, they are going to be motivated. They have had a very good season, and then just
Yeah,
a 10-point deduction wanted to
that's true.
take it off them. I think they are going to be motivated.
Yep.
That's what I believe.
Okay. So we'll just
So
jump.
nothing to choose from.
No,
Nothing at all.
slim
Nothing at
pickings,
all.
man. Slim pickings.
Absolutely nothing. To be honest, there is nothing to choose from in this fixture. They are so bad. They are all bad fixtures. I cannot see anything good here.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
Okay.
Fulham at home. Fulham at home to Wolves, right? Well, yeah. Let's look at them. Let's look at them.
Wolves, man. Like anyway, yeah, let's just look at our teams, and then we will see. Maybe we'll see something that we can say, okay, this is the good, at least the best out of the bunch. Anyways,
Okay.
so my team, game week 13 preview team,
Yeah.
is a 3-5-2, of course, which is the best formation for this season. I have Areola. Obviously, it's lack of choice. He's playing away anyways because I can't rely on Turner because he's been benched these past few weeks. In defense, I have Trippier, I have Cash, I have Veltman. When I was doing this, Cash wasn't flagged, so he was fine. So, but now he's flagged. In midfield, I have Jabi, I have Bowen, who's flagged. I have Mbomo, I have Gordon, and I have Salah. Up top, I have Watkins and Haaland. On the bench, I have Morris, Simicas, and then Gusto. I'm tempted to play Simicas, but I know he's Man City, so I don't even know. Maybe I'll just play him in place of Veltman.
I think you play.
I don't know, but
Well,
I have one.
If,
Go on.
if you have a better option, you don't play him.
I have a free transfer, and I was playing around bringing in. I wanted Saliba, but he's too expensive. I think he's what 5 point. What's his price? I can't even remember anymore.
5.3, I think 5.3.
5.3.
Same as James.
5.4. He's actually gone up. 5.4. So I can't afford him.
Oh, he's more expensive than James, right?
Yeah, he's 5.4. I can't afford him right now, but I can afford Zinchenko, who's also playing. So that's what I was thinking, bringing Zinchenko. But for I don't even know who I was gonna take him out for. I think Veltman maybe. Yeah, Veltman for Zinchenko, at least. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still debating it though. So yeah, that's my team. My boss captain is on Haaland, but I think he's gonna. I might just leave it on him right now because he's looking at the best option.
I mean, like, if you look at, he's the best.
He's the better option.
If you look at your team
so far, yeah.
Like you don't have any player playing at home, like relatively, and he's playing at home to Liverpool. Haaland is gonna score in that game. I believe if he plays, I don't. Maybe he's gonna score the only goal and then we draw, but I believe he's gonna score because Liverpool usually we have like. When Kun was there, at least he never scored at Anfield. But when we play at Etihad, they always score. Man City strikers always score against us at Etihad. And Haaland, first game against us, he scored at Etihad. So yeah, I would expect him to score. To be honest, if you ask me, if I was betting my money on that game, if Haaland will score or not, I would bet that he scores. To be honest.
Yep. So do you have any moves that I should make? Anything?
No. When it comes to the moves. Like my position this game week for moves is like if you can save your transfer, just save it and play anybody you have, because you don't know. Like you don't have any conviction. Like forget that. You are talking about Arsenal defense.
Mhm.
They are playing against Boemo and Brentford, who are creating a lot of chances at home. They can create tons of chances. If they will score, they will not score. I know Arsenal have been one of the best defense in the league. Actually, one, if not the best defense in the league. They have the least XG conceded, I think, per 90. They also have the least goals conceded this season. So defensively, Arsenal have been very, very solid this season. They are not giving away good chances. But again, it's the Premier League. When you play away from home, it's never that easy, especially if you play against informed side. Mbuemo right now, I think he's third for chances and big chances have for players in the game. I think only Salah and Haaland are ahead of him when it comes to chances they are having and stuff like that. So, he's a big threat for in that game. So for me, in this week, my take is save your transfer. If you have enough players to play,
I have enough
because next week.
Let's next week go on.
Because next game week, you have maybe better fixtures, and then you want to attack those better fixtures than try to target players who does not have a very good fixture this week. That's how I see it. And then you have that option of two transfers and stuff like that. And so for me, when it's difficult, to be honest, most of the time I don't make transfer. Yeah, most of the time I don't make transfer. If I don't see anything convincing, I don't make a transfer. I just save it and then play whoever is there and then go with it. Because you never know. You don't know where it's gonna come from this week. To be honest, it's so difficult.
Hopefully, I think I'll do the same and then just keep and then the problem is I have
you have more. Why are you not playing Morrison? Why are you not playing Morrison?
For who is it gonna come in for?
I think he's a better. I think this. Well, I would say he's a better pick than Jabi because of Tottenham. But because Tottenham have been poor,
the defense is not there anymore. So Jabi
consider the fact that also Tottenham.
Yep.
But you have to also consider. You have to caveat that this time they are playing at home instead of away from home. Of course, Chelsea was at home, but that game turned around because of Man City, or because of Tottenham have 2 red cards. That game turned around. But last game they play away from home. This time they play at home. So it may not be as good as it has been, but just playing at home will give them something. I think Tottenham will dominate the game, but maybe Aston Villa will get something. That is my take on that game.
So you think Morris is a has a better chance of scoring?
I think he's a better pick.
Jabi?
I think he plays at home. He plays at home. He's the main striker. He's gonna play 90 minutes. So for me, to be honest, if I had those two, I would go for Morris rather than Jabi. Honestly. Well, last dance with Morris.
It's a last dance. He's gonna be here for a while. It's not like he's gonna play anyways. Even if I bring a new striker in right now,
it's not a priority.
They're gonna still be on the bench anyways because I prefer my 5 midfielders. Yeah, so it's not a priority for me. Let him just stay on the bench and be there chilling. It's not a problem. Okay.
We see next week what happens.
If he has a better fixture and I feel like he can, I'm gonna put him in. But to be honest, he was just there for I think when they had the double game week, that was when I brought him in, right? And that was it.
But Crystal Palace at home is better than Tottenham away. Don't you think that? As for a striker, who is the main striker of the team? He's the talisman for Luton. So if they are gonna score goals, most likely he's gonna be involved.
Okay.
Jabi is a very good pick, right? Jabi is a very
good pick, yeah, definitely.
And but you cannot say he's the talisman for
Watkins.
It's Watkins. Yeah. If they're gonna score goal, you're gonna back Watkins more to score than Jabi to score. And then you compare the fixtures. There's a lot of parameters you compare here, right? You compare the fixture. Of course, the quality of the players, you will say Jabi is better. But the quality of the fixture, Morrison is better than Jabi. So you look at all the pros and the cons, and then you make a decision. But for me, I think if I like these two comparisons, I will go with Morris than
I'll take it on advisement. That's a good point. I never thought of it like that, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change it last minute. Finally, we go to your team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been, I have a very bad team. And Bowen, he might not, because I've seen rumors that he might be out for a long time. He has a knee injury. So, but we have to listen to press conferences today or Friday, tomorrow, before we make that decision. So I want to listen to what I say about Bowen before I make a decision on him. So yeah, I have Bowen,
and I just brought him in for Madison,
now, right?
So I don't know. I'm right now, I don't even know what to do.
You just brought him.
I just brought him last game week. Yeah.
He was
Last game week or
He
2
was
game
the most
weeks ago?
transfer player this week.
Yeah. Oh really? Oh.
Yeah. He's the most transfer player this week. So we have to wait and see for that one. What is it long term or is it short term? If it is long term, it's just better you just get rid of it.
Get
Or
rid
you
of him.
start your Morris and then Ben Bowen. Like if he's out,
Yeah.
and then next week you have your 2 free transfers, and then make
I
that
think
decision.
that's
Because you
okay.
don't have any player that convinced you this week.
Definitely. I think so.
So for me, maybe the only thing I will switch in my team is Ketia to Cash. But I don't think Ketia will start because after Trossard's, Trossard did very well for Arsenal last week. Gabriel Jesus played for Brazil yesterday, so it means he's back. So, like, I don't know where I am with Ketia. Ketia, I wanted him for the Burnley fixture and he was benched. So I was so disappointed for that one. So for my team is like this: Ariola in goal, Pedro Porro, Trent, Trippier, Saka, Son, Bowen, Salah, and Palmer. And then you have up top Darwin and Watkins. So I'm not happy with the team, to be honest, in terms of fixtures. Look at the away players I have. 1, 2,
Almost,
3,
yeah. Just one.
4, 5,
Oh,
6, 7,
is it
8.
3?
Eight players are playing away from home. And you know how much I rate a home
Yeah.
player. So yeah. But nonetheless, I'm not just seeing anything convincing for a player that I'm rushing to bring in this week. I don't see
is
that
like,
player.
it's a hit and miss. Some of these difficult fixtures is when you have the highest scoring games. You know, it always happens every season where you have a very good difficult game week, and the next thing you know, a player goes off and scores like 3 or 4 goals, and then anybody that has those players, and you actually make your movement in those game weeks. So you know.
Exactly.
Like high,
and you don't know those players. You don't.
That's
it's
the thing.
difficult
You
to call
don't know.
who
It's
they
like
are,
it's a gamble.
It's difficult to call. So
you can go either way.
it's a gamble. So I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that gamble.
Points chasing,
because I don't see any opportunity. Like exactly, you don't see any opportunity. Like where players say, okay, this player, if you get him this week, you are getting an advantage over other players. I don't see that player. I cannot tell any player. I cannot see any players like that this week. So I will do nothing. Definitely. If Bowen is out, I would just play one of the players on the bench.
The bench players, and then
wait for next week, better fixtures, and then try to attack the better fixtures rather than do something this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything your thoughts on my team?
I mean,
before you go,
like you say, I think it's the same. You can't really do anything. Cash, I would like to have Cash, but Cash is flagged, so I think on the bench is fine, and he's also away anyway. So,
yeah.
Who do you bring in? Like, I can't think of anyone. Like when I was looking at this thing, like the past, during the international break, I was like, man, this team. I didn't even want to look at the team because the fixtures were so terrible. I didn't have any joy.
I think everyone is feeling the same.
I didn't even want to look at the team.
Because people are. Yeah. You go to Twitter, everybody's complaining about their team. Hey, these flags and they are who's to captain. Yeah. And by the way, my captain is on Son. Yeah, my captain is on Son.
I said that he's on Son.
I love the home fixtures. I love the home fixtures.
He's
like
the best captain.
He's the one I have.
I think for now.
So this week is gonna be him.
Your team,
and then hopefully.
Your team looks good, man. I don't think I can make any change right now or any recommendation, to be honest.
Let's wait for next week and then have 2 free transfers and attack.
Definitely. That looks like a good piece of advice, like a good move for this week. Bank, and then next week you have the option of 2, and then you can capitalize on the best fixtures for next game week. Okay. So that concludes our episode for today. Thank you guys for getting back to us, supporting the pod as always. Gambian Football Bantaba. Jollof Football Bantaba, I said Gambian. Where we talk about Gambian football. Chama, tell us what's coming in the pipeline. I think we have a lot of content coming.
We have a lot of things coming, yeah. Like we had a very successful live stream during the international break. We had a couple of them. Gambia played 2 games. Unfortunately, the team did not do well. We lost both games as a country. So our World Cup dreams might be over. But of course, we are heading to African Cup of Nations. The streams were really good because we had 10,000 people, watching the streams and stuff like that, which are numbers that, we don't use. And the engagement, not just the watching, but the engagement in terms of comments and stuff like that. We had doing giveaways and stuff like that. We are working on a lot of things coming. As AFCON, we're going to make it better. We are trying to make it better for the African Cup of Nations. It will be in January, 6 weeks' time. So we'll be back with that one. But in the meantime, we have the league, the Gambia GFF League has just started recently, so we cover that every week. We cover the review that league. Coach will do that every week, as well as like our foreign-based players. I do that every week twice. I cover on the weekend actions, and also I cover on the midweek actions. And also we have the Gambia football show every Sunday. the Camp space on Fridays. Yeah, Gambia football, we are not stopping. We are going.
There's
We
a
are
lot
very
happening.
much involved in it. But
Yeah. That's good.
it's happening. It's happening. So we have to do our quota.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, please check out the Jollof Football Bantaba on YouTube. You have a lot of content there for Gambian football, and I'm happy that it's growing. We're always learning and keeping updated. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for supporting the pod. We always appreciate your support as always. We hope that this game week, as much as it seems gloomy, it becomes an exciting game week for us.
Hopefully.
So yeah. Thanks you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the next one. All right. Bye.